Oh my god. What did I just watch? What did I just watch right now? What did I just watch? Monday Night Raw tonight started off good. It started off good. It started off great, actually, with Brock Lesnar and Samoa Joe with their face-to-face interaction. As soon as I saw that interaction, seeing that was going to open up the show, I knew that tonight's show was not going to be good. I knew that after what we saw, it was only going to go down from there. I knew that we were going to get a bunch of bullshit tonight from WWE. And that's what we got, with the exception of the opening. Let me introduce myself, because it would be so rude of me not to introduce myself. Hey, what's up, guys? JD Venom here, part of Venom Nation Wrestling, and this is my Monday Night Raw review tonight. Raw just went off the air from Lafayette, Louisiana. Before we begin here, be sure to leave me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for daily wrestling content here for the channel. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and like the Facebook page. Both those links are down below. Be sure to tell your friends and family to come join the Venom Nation Wrestling here on YouTube. We got Raw reviews, SmackDown, NXT. This Sunday, we got Money in the Bank. I'm going to have a review up live on the channel. Thursday, I'll have a pay-per-view prediction / preview. And also, as well, Friday, it will be the Game Normal Podcast. And Saturday, we have our top 10. I believe I cover everything. This week will be a very, very busy week for me here for the channel. So, yeah. Monday Night Raw tonight. Of course, let's get back into what we're all here for. Like I said, it started off great. It started off hot. It started off with a feud that is gonna be a hard-hitting, stiff match at WWE Great Balls of Fire. It's gonna be a very, very intriguing match between Brock Lesnar and Samoa Joe. I like what they did here tonight. With the 15-20 minutes that they gave them at the beginning of the show, I like what they did here tonight. Yes, yeah, Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman come out to the ring. Paul Heyman kind of promo, you know, building up Brock Lesnar as he usually does. And pretty much, not necessarily burying, but he was pretty much making Samoa Joe seem inferior to Brock Lesnar. Paul Heyman is a god on the mic. Paul Heyman knows how to sell a crowd. He knows how to sell a pay-per-view. He knows how to sell pretty much anything. I mean, he's fucking amazing in what he does, is Paul Heyman. But when Samoa Joe came out, I was like a kid in the candy store. I was all giddy. I was shaking. I was like, I was all over the place. Samoa Joe came out to the ring and immediately got into the ring. He didn't really stop. He didn't really look at Lesnar. He immediately got into the ring and got in the face of Brock Lesnar. Now, we had a nice stare down. Now, tonight, if I was WWE, I would not have Lesnar and Joe touch. I wouldn't. I would have had, you know, the wrestlers come out and separate them then and actually try to separate them after they touch each other. So that was that was a minor, very, very minor, very, very minor mistake. You know, that I think happened there. You know, personally. You know, oh, shut up. My TV's on. Shut up. Good Lord, turn off my TV. Shut up. Good Lord. But yeah, very, very minor mistake. Very, very minor mistake, tonight with that there. But the rest of Raw tonight, we had bears, we had hugs, we had double countouts. We had nothing but bullshit tonight. We had nothing but bullshit tonight. You cannot tell me that what you saw tonight, with the exception of the opening, that you're satisfied with as the product for WWE. There was nothing on this show. There was a few minor things. I will take that. There was nothing on this show that was good. With the exception, I keep saying, I always gotta make that disclaimer section for the opening. You had a segment with Cedric Alexander and Noam Dar, with Noam Dar on FaceTime where the crowd can hear the fucking conversation through the speakers in the arena. What the fuck is that about? What purpose did this serve? This match was not even 30 seconds long. This whole segment wasn't even 5 minutes long. What was the purpose of that? Absolutely fucking nothing. Had no purpose whatsoever on the show. Very annoying segment. You have Bray Wyatt coming back out again, doing these scripted messages that I really don't give a shit about. You had a stare down between Wyatt and Seth Rollins, which is going to be a very intriguing match, I will say that. But I don't really give a shit about. Because they made Bray Wyatt look like a goddamn fool. Look like a goddamn fool. No one cares. No one's going to care about or believe that Wyatt could beat Seth Rollins. No one. You had Apollo Crews versus Kalisto for the, I don't know how many times they're going to be faced off against each other. This is like their third, fourth match against each other. What's the deal with this fucking storyline of Kalisto versus the Titus brand? No one gives a fuck. Is there going to be any titles that's going to be on the line? Is Apollo Crews going to be, going for the IC Championship? Is Kalisto going after the IC Championship? What's the point of this feud? Just so they can put a jobber faction together of Titus O'Neil, Akira Tozawa, and Apollo Crews? Give me a fucking break. Stupid. It's dumb. Why put it on TV? It makes no sense. It makes no sense on what they're doing tonight. Everything that they did was absolute god shit awful. Terrible. You had Miz in a tag team match against Heath Slater and Rhino, and his tag team partner was the Bear. Is the Bear the new bunny or something? Is the Bear the new bunny? Where's Adam Rose at? What the fuck did I watch? What did I watch? It is absolutely terrible. You had Emma come back tonight, which I really like Emma. I really do. But this was not what I wanted to see. It wasn't what I wanted to see with Emma coming back tonight. At all. The sit-down interview with Corey Graves and Bayley was fucking cringeworthy awful. Bayley gives a hug to Graves, and Graves says, "Oh, I need a cigarette after this." I don't even think that was supposed to be in there. Tonight was so bad. I'm gonna go back to Bray Wyatt. Tonight was so bad that, when Bray Wyatt, before he comes out, they play that little video, the cryptic video, that they're still playing the version of Randy Orton as if Randy Orton's still part of the Wyatt family. My God, man. They made a huge mistake putting Joe and Brock Lesnar at the beginning of the show. That was a huge mistake right there. That was a huge mistake right there. You had Enzo and Cass, and Big Cass was attacked again this week. And what's gonna happen next week? Is Enzo and Cass gonna be both knocked out? Did the Big Show knock out Cass? No, it's the Revival. I'm speechless. You had our main event. I will say a very good wrestling match in the main event. But you make the main event a double countout. Why was the main event there? That could have been put in the middle of the card. I would rather have, God damn it, I'd rather have fucking Dean Ambrose and The Miz, along with Heath Slater Rhino main event. Because at least there was a decisive winner at the end. You're not going to put on a good match between the Hardys and, Sheamus and Cesaro, and only to have that be in a double countout. When's the last time that you've seen a championship match to end a program of Raw or SmackDown in a double countout? It's been a fucking long time that I can remember. Sometimes I see disqualifications. Sometimes it's, you know, something else. You know what I mean? No contest, whatever. But a double fucking countout? Explain the logic. Thinking, why? You can tell that WWE was not really giving its full effort tonight with the exception of Brock and Joe. Finn Balor wasn't there. Video package. Roman Reigns is going to make a fucking SummerSlam announcement next week. I can only... I don't know. I don't know. I can't anticipate what he's going to be saying. Because I definitely see Strowman and Lesnar coming up as far as, you know, their match at SummerSlam. I see Strowman and Lesnar. But what the fuck does Roman Reigns got to say? It's my yard now? We're going to have a big dogs match? Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck what he has to say next week? I don't. I don't care. I really don't. I really don't. With that being said, I'm going to go over Monday Night Raw. I'm going to give you a full breakdown. No, not really a full breakdown. I'm going to give you a full breakdown of Lesnar and Joe. And everything else, I'm just going to gloss over it. Because this show, again, proves why WWE needs fucking help overall with the overall product. Fucking lame ass show. So we open up Monday Night Raw with what I liked. I you know, like I said, I did like the opening between Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar. And Paul Heyman, of course. So, Heyman and Lesnar come out to the ring. Heyman says he's here to unleash the beast tonight. He says that he showed respect to Samoa Joe last night, or last week rather. But Joe lured him in and took him out. Heyman goes on saying Joe kicked out the front door to the lair of the beast. He put his hands on Brock's guy, and now Brock has a problem. And that problem is with Samoa Joe. That problem is going to be solved by the greatest problem solver in WWE history, Brock Lesnar. Heyman says he was fooled. He thought Joe was the worst case scenario. Someone finally step up and give Lesnar a fight. Someone who could go man to beast. Heyman says that that's not who Joe is. Heyman says Joe is one of Samoan who the rest of the Samoans want nothing to do with. Heyman says Joe is a punk. Heyman gives Joe some props on how to lock in the Coquina clutch last week. His first thought was, what happens if Joe puts the clutch on Lesnar? Heyman then realized that as a dog, as a punk, Joe will never get the hold of Lesnar on the Coquina clutch on him. Because he's not man enough. But if he does, Heyman can guarantee that, and pretty much that the music interrupts and Samoa Joe comes marching out to the ring. Joe gets right in Lesnar's face. They basically had a quick attack. You know, Joe was not I won't say overpowering Lesnar, but he was overpowering Lesnar for a brief moment. Gets him into the corner. Lesnar gets Joe into the corner. They take each other down, and they roll around the ring, and you get mixtures of heels and faces coming out to break up Lesnar and Joe. Now, my official thoughts about this is that I said this last week. You should and always, to make it realistic, have every member of the roster come out. I don't give a shit if it's Roman Reigns. I don't give a shit if it's Bray Wyatt. I don't give a shit if it's Seth Rollins. I don't give a shit if it's Finn Balor. You want to make this real. You want to make this seem real, like a legitimate big fight. They did that with Lesnar and Cena to a certain extent. They did that with Lesnar and Cena back in 2012. They did not do that tonight. It's a minor complaint. It's a minor complaint, but it's just something that I would like to see. The crowd was saying this was awesome, and it was an awesome segment. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed for what it was. I enjoyed what we saw and what we got out of it, and and pretty much on how they really captured that moment, and on how big of a match this is going to be at Great Balls of Fire. And that's my first time saying Great Balls of Fire tonight. That's a fucking shame, because that pay-per-view name is terrible as well. Good thing we didn't see a promo tonight from Great Balls of Fire. I don't think I remember seeing a promo of it, actually, but be that as it may, this match again is gonna be fucking epic. It's gonna be awesome, guys. I cannot stress to you guys enough on how great this match is going to be at the Great Balls of Fire. It is going to be fucking amazing. Fucking amazing. Okay? Now, what I also want to say here is that I just hope, and this is just me hoping, that they don't fuck this match up by making Samoa Joe look weak in the match. If Samoa Joe's gonna lose, make him fight to the death against Brock Lesnar. Make him fight to the death against Brock Lesnar. But I don't see that happening, unfortunately. I just don't see that happening. I think Lesnar will, I won't say he'll easily win, but he's gonna win decisively over Joe. And I just think that's what's gonna happen. I mean, I think he's just gonna win over Joe decisively. So but yeah, I would say that's definitely gonna happen at Great Balls of Fire. So on to our next segment, and like I said, I'm gonna gloss over everything else, guys, because everything else is pretty fucking terrible tonight. Dean Ambrose versus Elias Samson. One thing about Elias Samson is that I'm gonna say this once, I'm gonna say this again. He looks like a legit threat. He looks like a star. This guy, he is built like a fucking rock, like a rock. Not The Rock, but he's built like a rock. I see flashes. I'm going to say it once and I'll say it again. I see flashes in my head that I can see Elias Samson holding the Universal Championship. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I see that in my head. I see a lot of things sometimes. I definitely see him winning the Intercontinental Championship at some time. It looks like they're trying to push Elias Samson. It looks like they're trying to make him seem like somebody that's going to be not necessarily a big star, but a mid to upper mid card star that they're trying to push, and that'll be something cool to see. He was in the ring, singing a song, and of course about knocking the focus there in Lafayette, Louisiana, and he gets legitimate heel heat. That's the great thing about Samson. He does get legitimate heel heat, and the heel heat that he is getting is pretty. It's there. It is obvious that it's just not like a Roman Reigns, go away heat. It's actually legit heel heat from Elias Samson, which I'm enjoying right now from all the fans there. But he goes up against Dean Ambrose. What did you expect from this match? The match on Raw wasn't. It wasn't great. It was not great. They were saying you can't wrestle. They were saying you can't wrestle during the match. Now, I'm not sure if that was a you can't wrestle to the drifter, or the fans just being smarky. I'm not sure. But Elias Samson, he's not great in the ring, but he's not horrible either. I mean, he is what he is. He's like Jinder Mahal level. He's like Big Cass level. He's like not great, but he's not fucking like the most terrible guy of all time. It's not like we're fucking talking about Bash and Booger. You know what I mean? It's not like we're talking about King Kong Bundy here. You know what I mean? It's not like we're talking about a very limited Mark Henry. You know what I mean? Like, we're not talking about guys like that. This guy can at least do some things in the ring. It's not the best, but it's alright. Of course, who's in a feud with Dean Ambrose right now? The Miz. We saw The Miz come out. We saw The Miz distract Dean Ambrose. It was almost at one point in the match, it was almost a 10 count out victory for Elias Samson. Elias Samson hits the crossroads, the crossroads, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Reverse swinging net breaker, wherever you want to call it, for the 1-2-3 win. Who gives a fuck? I don't. Terrible. We had another Goldust promo talking about R-Truth. It's always good seeing that. I mean, at this point, I kind of want to see a match between the two guys. It's kind of getting, like, it's good. I'm still liking it. Don't get me wrong. He's still doing his old school promo workout, and I'm liking it. But it's like, whatever. After that, we get a backstage segment with The Miz and Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle runs up to The Miz saying that, he's saying, you know, what the hell are you doing out there? What are you doing out there? The Miz is wanting something to be done about Dean Ambrose ruining last week's celebration. He accuses Angle of being too preoccupied with his own personal problems. He wants Ambrose fired, suspended, or both. Angle says Miz is to never speak to him like that again. As far as Ambrose, Angle is going to do nothing about him. Says if Miz wants something done, he needs to do it himself. That's the end of that segment. We got a promo package of Cedric Alexander. He's coming back. Well, he is back now on the roster. Great seeing Cedric Alexander back. I watched his match a couple weeks ago on 205 Live, and he is a, you know, he is a great in-ring performer. He's a guy that I think that he can break away from the Cruiserweight division. I think that Cedric Alexander is possibly one of the best wrestlers on the roster. You know what I mean? As far as storytelling, if you've seen his match with Kota Ibushi at the Cruiserweight Classic, that guy can really tell a story on his face. Also on top of that as well, I also see him being a guy that if he were to break away from the Cruiserweight division, I can see him not necessarily winning like the Universal Championship, but I can see him be that mid to upper mid card guy. I just think that if he were to be in that particular echelon of those wrestlers, like the Miz, Dean Ambrose, and having matches with those guys, I can see him getting over to a certain extent. To win the Universal Championship or the WWE Championship, I won't go that far. Not yet. But he has that look. He has the ability. He's young enough too to have a long career in WWE. Are we gonna see anything like that from Cedric Alexander? None. I don't know. I don't know. It's too early to tell. But I would definitely like to see something like that from him for sure. 100% for sure. I would like to see Cedric Alexander and maybe some of the other guys from the Cruiserweight division. Like we already saw Neville there. Austin Aries. I said this last week. I want to see Austin Aries on SmackDown. I think Austin Aries on SmackDown would be fucking great. Are we gonna get that? Probably not, but we can always hope and wonder and hope and see if something like that were to happen. But yeah, Cedric Alexander, he went up against Noam Dar. Now, before the match began, this was the whole segment really. Noam Dar was doing FaceTime with Alicia Fox coming out to the ring. Alicia Fox's neck hurt. She's out. Who gives a shit? Okay, who really gives a shit on why she's not there? Okay. Apparently she has a neck injury. I don't know if that's legit. I haven't heard anything about it, but she has a neck injury. He's on FaceTime with her. They have the FaceTime screenshot on the Titantron. And they're having Alicia Fox's audio coming through the speakers in the arena. Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? And just Alicia Fox just nagging and whining and complaining. Don't put the phone down. You know, someone needs to turn off the phone. Someone should have shut the phone off, power it down, end the call, do whatever, because that was fucking cringe. It was absolutely god-awful cringe. Glad to hear that Cedric Alexander beat Noam Dar within like 10 seconds with the fuck, man, I forgot the name of the finisher. Lunge blower, leg blower, something blower. I don't fucking know. But it's the it's a belly back suplex into a backstabber pretty much. How I forget the name of that finisher though? Fuck. It doesn't matter, but I just hate when I forget the name of finishers. Something, whatever it is, it's a beautiful finisher. I will say that. But it was lumbar check. There you go. I had to think about it. It was a lumbar check. Got it. So he beats him with a lumbar check for the squash 1-2-3 win. And after that, of course, Alicia Fox still on the phone. Who gives a shit? We come back from commercial break. We were talking about that Roman Reigns promo package that he's gonna make an announcement next week for his plans for SummerSlam. So we'll be ready for that next week, and hopefully it's nothing. Hopefully it's not bullshit. I really hope it's not anything bullshit. We get a backstage promo from Bray Wyatt. He was backstage. He comes out to the ring. Do you guys really care? Do you guys really care what the fuck Bray Wyatt has to say at this point in time? What does he have to say that he hasn't already said already? What does he have to say that any of us will give a fuck about? Because I truly don't give a fuck about what Bray Wyatt has to say or anything of that nature. I just don't. I just don't whatsoever. And, you know, I mean, oh my God. I really just don't care. Really just don't care whatsoever. But after that, we did see Seth Rollins come out to the ring. And, Rollins, wants to make things clear. Wyatt cost him the match against Samoa Joe last week because Rollins called Wyatt a couple of names. Rollins says he was just speaking the truth. Rollins goes on and says that he is here by himself and dares Wyatt to prove him wrong. Wyatt ends up firing back and says that he sees when he looks at Rollins is a man that's beneath him. Wyatt says Rollins doesn't want this fight because his power is more than Rollins can fathom. Wyatt suddenly disappears and he's backstage again. Along with the Randy Orton, this segment sucked. Who gives a shit? They're gonna feud, and Rollins gonna win the feud. How about that? Clissa versus Apollo Crews. Next, Apollo Crews wins. I don't give a shit. I really don't. The Miz and Maryse walk up to Rhino and Heath Slater backstage. Miz talks Slater up and says he deserves the spotlight that he had going on SmackDown. Miz wants Slater to join his entourage. Rhino says Slater already has a partner. Miz wasn't talking to Rhino. Miz continues with his pitch and offers Slater anything he says, anything that he wants. Slater wants a shot at a title, the Miz's Intercontinental Championship. Miz says if Slater joins him, he will make sure he gets a title shot someday. Brown says again that he has a partner, that Slater already has a partner. Miz tells him to go find a partner because he's going to Kurt Angle to get a tag match made. So there you go. So that tag team match, as I was talking about earlier, was Miz and the fucking Bear versus Heath Slater and Rhino. We come back from break and Alexa Bliss is coming out to the ring. Bliss talks about how she has to defend against Nia Jax last week and still celebrate her Extreme Rules win. After that, she barely got another sentence in. Nia Jax comes out. Jax says Bliss wasn't forced to defend last week. She deserved the shot, and Bliss promised her. Jax gets in her face. Bliss says she didn't mean to say forced. She meant thrilled. Bliss says she was thrilled, and Bliss is great. She was thrilled to defend against a true friend and competitor like Nia Jax. Bliss wanted to have a classic match, but they didn't get that moment because it was ruined by Mickie James and Dana Botch. And for one reason or another, we had Dana Botch on the show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That's another thing that was bad about this show, that I forgot about. Oh, look at me. My muscles are strong. Strong muscle. Fucking bitch, man. Basically, we just had a match that was made. We had Sasha Banks came out. Sasha got a big pop tonight, so I'm glad to hear that she got a big pop. A lot of Sasha chants, very good. Emma came back tonight. She said that the spotlight was that could be put on her where it belongs because she's back. So it's good to see Emma back too as well. This match overall, like I said, I'm just gonna be glossing over things. You had Emma come back tonight, right? I understand that you can't have Alexa Bliss tap out. You can't have Nia Jax tap out. You brought back Emma tonight for this though. Like, how come Dana Botch couldn't have been pinned? How come Mickie James couldn't have been pinned or tap out? Why do you bring Emma back to only tap out to Sasha Banks? That's gonna tell me you're not gonna use Emma. You're not gonna use Emma. You brought her back because are you punishing her because she got injured a few weeks ago? What the fuck was that about? I don't understand it. But apparently it's gonna be Sasha Banks versus Alexa Bliss next. So expect that match for Great Balls of Fire. Sasha Banks versus Alexa Bliss. Maybe a triple threat match if we include Nia Jax. I don't know how that's gonna go. Maybe Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam. I can see that. I can definitely see that. And maybe having Nia Jax win then. After that, we got a video package for Finn Balor because it wasn't there. Then we go to the possibly, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if this is the worst segment or possibly the second worst segment of the night. But it's very close. We have a sit-down interview with Corey Graves with Bayley. She talks about her loss at Extreme Rules and says that she always wanted to be the best and that hasn't changed. The loss has not changed her legacy and her mindset. She mentions on how her goal is to walk back into WrestleMania as Raw Women's Champion. And basically, Corey Graves is, or Bayley's all like, well, you know, I like being nice because I don't like being mean. You know, I know everybody was like, oh, how come she doesn't have a mean streak? How come Bayley has a mean streak? Like, basically, Bayley's is playing down the fact that being nice is gonna win at the end of the day. Fucking bullshit. Fuck that shit. She hugs Corey Graves at the end of it all, and Graves is like, oh, I need a cigarette. I don't think that was supposed to be in there, though. Which I found a little bit humorous, actually. Where it's like, oh, I need a cigarette. Oh my god, man. This show tonight, guys, was not the best. Not the best. Not the best from whatsoever. After that, we got our Rhino and Hisa versus The Miz and the Congratulations Bear. I guess that was the official name. This match was fucking dumb as shit. Ambrose was under the hood. That's all you need to know. Ambrose was under the hood, and pretty much he is the dirty deeds on The Miz. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. Your shenanigans were ensued, and pretty much a nothing segment. Heath Slater and Rhino win. Like, all you need to know is that The Miz was teaming up with this fucking bear, and that The Miz got hit dirty D's on by Dean Ambrose. That's all you need to know. Heath Slater and Rhino wins. Neville versus Rich Swann was next. I actually liked this match a little bit. It wasn't great, but I liked this match a little bit. And pretty much Swann comes in, dances, Neville attacks from behind, and basically before the match even began, Neville just took out Swann. Neville pretty much is warning Akira Tozawa, and you know, saying that, oh, that was a cute tweet from Titus O'Neil that Akira Tozawa wants to be Cruiserweight Champion. So apparently it's gonna be Neville. Like I said, that was one of my two new rivalries for the Cruiserweight division. Neville versus Tozawa or Neville versus Cedric Alexander. We're gonna get Neville versus Tozawa first. I think Neville is gonna still retain over Tozawa. And I truly think it's going to be Neville versus Cedric Alexander. And I think Cedric Alexander could be the one to take the title off Neville. We'll see, though. We'll see. We have Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson in the club versus Enzo and Cass before the match begins. Big Cass was taken out again backstage. And pretty much we're trying to figure out we were trying to figure out on who attacked Big Cass. We know it's the Revival. We saw the Revival walking backstage during that segment. So the Revival is taking out Enzo and Cass. We're gonna see them laid out next week. Dash Wilder has been cleared to return. So I think it's gonna come ahead at Great Balls of Fire of Revival attacking Enzo and Cass. That's what I personally think. That's what I personally think on what we're gonna see at Great Balls of Fire between Enzo and Cass and the Revival. It's all going to come to a head. It is all going to come to a head at Great Balls of Fire. Okay? Now also as well, on top of all of that, we had our match with Enzo and Cass versus Gallows and Anderson. All you need to know is Gallows and Anderson win. Big Cass was not under full 100% to perform in this match. Gallows and Anderson win after hitting the Magic Killer on Enzo Amore. After that, we did see the club try to hit another Magic Killer on Gallows and Anderson, but again, the Big Show comes out to save Cass again. And pretty much, Big Show, pretty much saves Enzo and Cass. The club leaves the ring, and Big Cass looking at, oh, what's going on? What's going on? Let's calm down. We come back from a commercial break, and we see Enzo approaching Big Show, and he thanks him for saving him for a second week in a row. But he wants to ask for a peace of mind. Enzo wants to know for sure that Show had nothing to do with Cass getting attacked this week and last week. Show takes offense to that and gets a little bit upset. Show blames Enzo for questioning him on Cass and says that his partner is SAWFT, soft. After that, we get a promo with some Mojo backstage. This is another high point of the show because Joe is fucking great at what he does, and asking if what happened changes his strategy for Great Balls of Fire for the top shot, but it didn't. Joe says Lesnar came out to let everyone know this is his house, but Joe's reaction was to stare him in the eye and let him feel that the man is going to battle with. Joe says in 4 weeks, Lesnar will walk in to the ring, and Joe's reaction will be stare him down again, put him in the coquina clutch, make him go to sleep, and become the new Universal Championship. And I cannot wait for that match. I cannot wait for that match again. 2 out of 3 falls match for the WWE Raw Tag Team titles of the Hardys versus Sheamus and Cesaro. Basically, all you need to know is that Sheamus and Cesaro won the first fall, Hardys won the second fall, third fall. It was a wash. It was a double count out. All of that, the match was pretty good though, I thought, for a double count out. They're gonna have another match at Great Balls of Fire. I don't know what gimmick they can do. They already did a ladder match at WrestleMania, cage match, 2 out of 3 falls match. What other match can you do? No disqualifications, no countouts, no holds barred, something. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where they can go from here with Sheamus and Cesaro versus the Hardys. I'm not too sure where they can go from here, guys. It doesn't look too appealing to me on what they're gonna do at all. I'm not sure on what it is or what they're gonna do or what's gonna happen. But what I do know is that they need to start the process for the Broken Hardys. They definitely need to start that process. I don't know how they're gonna do it. I don't know if I'm pretty sure WWE, Anthem, and the Hardys, they're all talking. They're trying to keep it hush hush right now. And something's gonna happen sooner rather than later. But not a great way to start off, to end the show. Great way to start off the show. But that was really the only thing that was positive to me on the show. I mean, a few little minor positive things, but like the overall positive point for the show was Joe and Lesnar, and that was at the beginning of the show. So I have nothing else to say, guys. I have nothing else to say other than that this show was fucking garbage, and it sucked. That's all I can really say. That's all I can really say at the end of the day. And hopefully you guys did enjoy this stream here. If you did like this, be sure to leave me a thumbs up on your way out. Daily content here on the channel for video games and wrestling. Go check out my SmackDown review, or check out my SmackDown review tomorrow night. NXT. Be sure to come back on Thursday for my Money in the Bank preview / predictions. On Friday is the Getting Over podcast. Saturday is the top 10. And Sunday is your Money in the Bank 2017 pay-per-view review. I will be back tomorrow for the SmackDown live live stream here for YouTube, for my YouTube channel here. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm so brain dead today. I've been up since 5 a.m. and it's time for me to go to sleep. But guys, that's it. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.